everyone and welcome back. I know I haven't made a video for a while. They were kind of pre-recorded ones and they weren't that frequent anyway, but I was away and I'm back now. I'm really glad to be back and be back filming for you, and I'm in a different location today as well, just because we've kind of moved stuff around the house and I wanted to see if it looked better. And I really love this part of the house. It's kind of like my favourite part. I just love how everything behind me looks together, but I don't know if the lighting's that fantastic, and you'll have to be the judge of that and let me know what you think. This house in terms of lighting is just an absolute nightmare. It's an HD camera, it's a really great camera, but the lighting in this house is just strange, and it's a very shadowy house, so even with my artificial lighting it kind of looks weird, but I think this looks okay. You'll have to let me know, and I thought even if it doesn't, the change in background might be nice. So I'm doing the YouTube Made Me Get It tag, and I was tagged by Lauralovesbeautyx, which if you don't watch her videos, I'll link her down below. She's great and she always has really lovely makeup as well. But I was tagged by her to do this, and it's a really fun tag, and it's basically just talking about the products that YouTube made you buy, and just a little kind of, not disclaimer, but watching YouTube videos really does influence my purchases. These days I don't ever really buy anything without kind of reading reviews first and watching reviews first and things like that, so it's really handy. But there are definitely a couple of products that were really hyped up on YouTube and I bought them because of that, and then I'm going to tell you if I thought they were worth the YouTube hype or not and who recommended them. So the first couple of things are foundations, and the first one that I want to talk about is MAC's Face and Body Foundation. Now the camera is situated a little bit far away from me, so I'm not sure what it's going to look like when I'm holding products up. We'll just have to see. But MAC Face and Body Foundation, I first saw a video that, what's her name? Lollipop26, but now she has a blog. I think she's called Laura, and her blog is Buy Now Blog Later. Fantastic blog. She did a video about this and said that she really liked it, and she applied it with the Big Elf Studio stippling brush, and it looked amazing on her skin, and I went out and bought this, and I absolutely adore this. This is definitely a foundation that once I run out I will have to go out and repurchase it because it's just beautiful. It works on my skin really well, it looks really natural, just beautifies your skin. The colour's great, and I've got it in C4. It kind of does different tones, and it's just a lovely foundation, and definitely a good recommendation from her. And the next one was kind of recommended by everyone on YouTube, and it's the cult classic NARS Sheer Glow. Everyone on YouTube loves this. It's one of those that everyone talks about. And again, another foundation that is ridiculously expensive, but I will have to repurchase because I absolutely love this. I have had this for a while now. It's in the shade Barcelona, but the colour and the finish of this is just beautiful. It just makes your skin look amazing, and it is worth every penny. It's an absolutely fantastic one, and there are different things on the market that are kind of supposed to be cheaper dupes, but in my opinion nothing comes close to this. Revlon Nearly Naked is supposedly similar, but in my opinion nothing touches this. This is just fantastic. Then a slightly cheaper foundation that YouTube made me buy was the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. A lot of people really like this, and I do like it. I don't think it's 100% worth every bit of hype that it gets, because I just don't feel like it looks that amazing on my skin, and it's one of those that depends how your skin's been. If your skin's quite oily, then it doesn't look nice. On a drier skin day it does. It's one of those foundations that kind of changes, and it doesn't perform amazingly every time I use it. But I wouldn't have ever picked this up if it hadn't been for the hype and everyone loving it. So that is definitely a YouTube recommendation. And then last but not least, this was inspired by Barbara from the Persian Babe. And she was always talking about using Estee Lauder's Double Wear Light. And I bought this. I have used it probably about 3 times. I really don't like the shade of it. I was matched to a really dark colour, and then they wouldn't change it. I had a bit of an argument with them, which really put me off Estee Lauder foundations. But the colour is very dark. It doesn't look particularly amazing on the skin. It's quite expensive, and it just didn't do anything special for my skin. It was just a very mediocre product. The same with Revlon Colour Stay, which I should have included, but I forgot. Everyone talks about how great it is. Everyone on YouTube loves it, but for me it was just an okay-ish product and a little bit heavy on my skin. Then I've got a couple of eye products here. So the first one is one that everybody talked about when it came out, and it's the Rimmel Scandalise Waterproof Kohl Kajal in Nude, and it's just Rimmel's Nude Eye Pencil. Love this. If you watch my videos regularly, you know I go on about this constantly. I think it's fantastic. It's a really long-lasting formula, and it's just amazing. And then something that I believe Miss Budget Beauty recommended. She does give quite good recommendations as well, but this is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in On and On Bronze, which looks like this. I wouldn't have bought this again just because I would have thought, oh, it's a drugstore version, it's not going to be as good as the matte paint pots and all that kind of thing. I wouldn't have ever picked this up. Watching her review persuaded me, and I've got a couple of these now and I really like them. I think they're really good value for money and they're really nice. Then in terms of eyeshadows, number one, I've got a box right next to me and it's kind of getting a bit messy. Number one is the infamous Urban Decay Naked Palette. I will totally confess that if it hadn't been for YouTube, I don't think I would have even really noticed this. Urban Decay wasn't one of those brands that I ever really looked at before widely widely available, and I just wouldn't have really noticed it, to be honest. You do have it kind of in larger boots and things like that, but I was never really drawn to it. And even now, it's not a brand that I really go to look at anything apart from the eyeshadows. Let me know if you think there's anything fantastic from there, but it just doesn't particularly draw me in. But the Urban Decay Naked Palette is just totally infamous. Everybody loves it. This is what the colours look like, really, really beautiful and lovely formulas, and I definitely think this is a great recommendation and a total YouTube staple. Then another set of eyeshadows are some of my MAC eyeshadows, and I think I would have probably picked the ones that I've got down here anyway, but some that I definitely was inspired because of other people were Woodwinked, which is the broken one right here. I watched a tutorial that, again, Lollipop26 did back in the day, and she used this and it looked amazing and I loved it. And also the kind of cult classics like Sable and all the glitters, which are these two right here, totally were inspired by other people's videos because they were always talking about them and it just made me interested. Then in terms of nail polishers, I've got a couple here. Essie nail polishers, again, would have been ones that I wouldn't have really got unless I heard all the people talking about them and saying how fantastic they were, because they're overpriced. But the two that were definitely inspired that I bought to begin with were Essie's Cute as a Button, which is just this gorgeous kind of flamingo-y corally pink colour, really pretty and I really love it. And the infamous Essie's Mint Candy Apple, which again is a really, really lovely one that everybody always talks about, and these were definitely inspired by that. I have got quite a few Essie ones now, and once I get a few more I might do an Essie collection, but I have got a few now that were kind of ones that I picked just because I liked them, but these were definitely swayed by the hype. Then I've got a blusher here that I only bought because of Tanya Burr, and another thing is the Sleek Contour Kit. I wouldn't have bought that if it weren't for YouTube. People were talking about it on YouTube and I went and got it because, again, Sleek wouldn't have been a brand I would have really noticed. But this blush is in Flamingo, and I watched a tutorial Tanya Burr did years ago, and she used this and I thought it was really pretty. I do really like it. I do think they're very, very pigmented, so you do need to be quite light-handed, and I hate the packaging of these. I think the closing part of them is really irritating, but a really nice colour, and Sleek blushes are really, really pigmented. And then I've just got a couple of kind of lip products, and then that'll be the end of the makeup-y bits, and then I've just got a couple of other random bits that I definitely did like. But the first one is the Revlon lip butters. Wouldn't have really noticed these, I don't think. I'd have probably tested them but never have really bought any, but I did buy them because I wanted to do a comparison video and I wanted to kind of see what all the hype was about. This is my favourite colour. This is Big Candy Apple, I think it's called, or Apple Candy. Candy Apple, sorry. And this is what it looks like. Just a pretty sheer red, nice formulas, but these are very hit and miss, and I find that depending on the colour, the formula really changes, which kind of puts me off a little bit. But this one I do really like. Then the same, I bought this to go with that, and this is the L'Oreal, what are these called? Caress, I think. The L'Oreal, I want to say they're called the Rouge Caress, but this isn't an Aphrodite Scarlet. These are a nice formula, they're very light on the lips. I just don't really like the colour selection that they do in this range. I feel like it's not that well suited to my complexion, and it just doesn't quite sit right on my skin because it's quite yellowy. But these were something that I wouldn't have even noticed hadn't it been for the hype going on YouTube. Then two MAC lip products. The first one was again inspired by Lollipop26, which makes it kind of look like I'm stalking her now. But this is MAC's lip gloss in Underage. A lot of people have a real issue with the name of this, but it doesn't really bother me. It's just a very kind of opaque, pale pink colour that looks absolutely hideous on me. If you're kind of doing that nude porn style lip, which can look really amazing, I think you have to have the complexion for it. I've got quite pigmented lips and this just looks hideous on me. I look like a corpse. So this wasn't a good purchase for me, but I do think it's a nice lip gloss and I get what MAC were trying to do with it. Then the other MAC lipstick that I bought, which was totally inspired by YouTube, and when I first started watching videos, I used to watch Dazzle25, who still makes videos and she's really great, but she was always talking about MAC's Angel, which looks like this, and this is just a really pretty pale pink colour that doesn't really suit me, doesn't suit my colouring, doesn't suit my lips, but I bought it because of the hype and I shouldn't have done. Same thing goes for MAC's Creme de Nude. Doesn't suit me, but I bought it anyway. And then we have the YSL Rouge Volupte because everybody was talking about these, everybody loved them. Total overhyped product in my opinion. I've got it in shade 13, which I believe is Peach Passion. Really beautiful colour, very drying, kind of feel greasy and cheap quality to me, and the packaging is beyond amazing, but in terms of the actual lipstick, I don't recommend these. I think they're kind of really overhyped. Then just a couple of kind of skincare bits that I think were YouTube inspired as well. My beloved Clarisonic, I know Laura mentioned this as well, but I really do love this. I wouldn't have purchased it had it not been for all the hype on YouTube, but I absolutely adore this and couldn't be without it. It does make a huge difference for my skin and I love it, and I had to not use it while mine was being replaced for about a week and I dearly missed it, so definitely worth the hype product. And then another skincare thing, again this was inspired by Lauralovesbeautyx because she loved it and at the time everybody was going on about it, and it's the Neutrogena Visibly Clear 2-in-1 Wash and Mask. I'm back using this and my skin just loves this. It really makes my skin feel clean and clear and under control. No, it doesn't make my skin feel like that because that's Clean and Clear and this is Neutrogena, but I really do like this and the effects it has on my skin are amazing. And last but not least, this was inspired by Miss Budget Beauty, and I can guarantee I would not have even noticed this had it not been for her recommendation. And it's Soap and Glory Peaches and Clean Cleanser, and I definitely like this. I don't like it as much as I did to begin with. I feel like it had more of an effect on my skin, and my skin's kind of gotten used to it, but it smells amazing. It kind of smells like a mint peach mojito. It smells gorgeous, and it really kind of smooths out your skin and makes it feel really nice, but again, I wouldn't have noticed this if it wasn't for her, so that's a very good recommendation. But that is it. Those are all my kind of YouTube made me get it products. I'm sure there's more that I missed out, but we can't make this video too long. And I'd love to know if there's anything that YouTube has made you buy, or by watching my videos, if there's anything that I've recommended that I really like and that you went out and bought. I'd love to know what you think about that as well. And if you want to do this video, definitely leave the replies in the comments and that kind of thing, or leave a video response. I tag, who do I tag? Super Sugar Bubble. I always get your name wrong, Hayley. Super Sugar Bubble. I tag you and Miss, I want to say she's Mrs. Ginger 2013 maybe. I'll put the names in little annotations here, but I tag you two anyway, and anyone else who wants to do this, feel free to leave it as a video response. And I'm very glad to be back. I hope you're glad to have me back. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, then go and subscribe somewhere. I believe it's down there, and I will see you all next time. Bye.